All right, so moving on. Thank you for the point, though. I appreciate that. Let's see. Janet Milner it says, "What are your thoughts on LAC stock?" LAC. I don't know much about LAC. Let me see. Let's look at the analyzer, and we'll do a couple more in the analyzer. And then don't forget, if you log into drboystockmarket.com, you can access the analyzer and just have fun. Just look at stocks all day. Lithium America, LAC, now that I think about it, I think I own it. And I think I looked at it this morning and I made a conscious decision not to buy it because again, when I think about lithium, I'm thinking more about EVs and stuff like that. And I just don't feel like EVs is a real growth industry, but I know there's an increasing demand for lithium. And in terms of financial health, it gets a 50, which is half and half. The recommendation is hold. So here's the thing. A hold recommendation means hold at the current price. Hold does not mean hold at any price, right? So if you look at LAC stock and it says hold at $4.50 or whatever, that doesn't mean it would still be a hold at $3.50. So sometimes you can look at a stock and you can just say, okay, well, I don't want to buy it now, but maybe I'll set a price when I'm willing to buy it. And if you look at this, actually, LAC's dropped a lot. You see, this has dropped 30% this month. The last 6 months, though, look at that. See how perspective matters? Look at that. Look at how dramatically this is an example where lack of consciousness and anti-intellectualism that we have anti-intellectualism in our society where people are not encouraged to think deeply about things. They think that people that think deeply are nerds and weirdos. I don't think that's true. I think you're smart. And this is where not thinking about things carefully and taking your time could cost you. Because if you look at the last month, you would think this stock was just dead in the water. Like, holy crap, what a terrible company. But if you go the last 6 months, look at that. Look at the dramatic difference. What a difference perspective makes. You see that? I mean, so here you got a stock that's had a massive run up this year, and that's a risk factor. Um, this stock was trading for a very long time at much lower prices. Well, for the like whole most of the year, it was trading like $2, $3, $4 a share. Then suddenly, somehow, somebody decides that it's a $9.44 stock. So some people made a lot of money here. I'm speculating that this came from the fact that they thought that the U.S. government was going to step in and take a stake in this company. And as you know, they have the battle with China over rare earth minerals, and they weren't sort of betting on the company; they were betting on Trump's commitment to or his desire for national security, and stuff like that. So here they bought this and doubled the price, tripled the price of the stock overnight, and now you're seeing kind of this downturn which is sort of them I think sort of retreating from their spot and saying, okay, well, we were waiting on the Trump to come in, but he didn't come in, so we're going to go ahead and start selling. So with something like this, I think having a long-term perspective can be beneficial.